I want to make sure that you're focused on this three-step trust trigger process. Now, I want to first start out, before I get to the trust trigger process, about this great book by Dan Kennedy. Dan Kennedy's a brilliant copywriter, just a brilliant marketer. It's called The 9 Gates to Customer Commitment, and it's from No BS Trust-Based Marketing. And there are 9 gates, or 9 things that a customer will ask themselves before they buy. And the first one is this person for real? They're looking for authenticity. Are they telling the truth to me? Are you believable? And we've all been to car dealerships and felt like, man, matter of fact, my wife was just looking for a car, and she had done some research on a car, and the guy had said, oh, they all come this way. And she knew absolutely they did not all come with this type of package. And so the guy wasn't believable. So people are looking for you to be believable. Is he knowledgeable and competent? Authority. It's a huge trigger to know that you have authority. And even if you don't even have a business and you're just starting out, I'm going to give you authenticity. I'm going to give you believability. I'm going to give you authority with this process I've laid out in the 3-step trust trigger. Is he appropriate for me? Is this a good relationship? Is it going to be a win-win? So it's a feasibility of relationship. Is this person listening or just peddling something? Meaning, are they just in it for them, or are they really trying to lead with value? So are you personable? Overall, can you be relied on? Are you trustworthy? Do I understand enough of what it's really going to do for me? There's a comfort level. And when it comes to reputation, it's such a new niche in a new industry, and it's just exploding right now from under us. And so a lot of businesses understand they need to pay attention to the reputation. But number 7, do I understand enough to know what you're really going to be doing for me? And if you follow the script word for word and you follow this process, it's going to be easy. 8, am I making the best choice versus others? They're looking for superiority, that you are differentiate yourself from anyone else. And that's going to be easy to do with the review video. And lastly, am I paying a fair price and value? And the most powerful thing about review videos is you go into the training here and you'll see that it is impossible for anybody to create one of these 60-second review commercials that are online for less than $1,500 to $2,000. And it's impossible for them to do it in less than 72 hours. You can go out and get a studio and a spokesmodel and get a graphics person and get a makeup artist and a grip and a camera guy and an editor all within 72 hours. There are 9 gates that every person must get through. And this is why people hate sales. It's because they don't understand and get clarity. Go, wow, if I had something that gave me all 9 of these, I'd crush it. And you are going to crush it, because we're going to give you all 9 of them instantly. And this is called our trust trigger product. Now, a trust trigger product is something we've developed, is a way for everybody to understand in sales that you need to do something that triggers the trust. People don't buy from people. People buy from people they trust. And so a trust trigger product is a small standalone product that over-delivers on value and complements your core offering. So remember our core offerings again in the previous training on your reputation strategy. There's 2 core offerings. One is rep videos every single month, and one is that big strategy you saw about being able to, monitor the reputation, build the reputation, market the reputation. So what we've done is we've created a trust trigger product out of rep videos. We've taken a very small standalone product that over-delivers on value and complements the core offering. So typically a trust trigger product, so here are the criteria, it should be at least $500 in value. Now you can give it away for free, you can charge $49 or $299 or $197, it doesn't make a difference. But it's got to at least come in at $500 in value. Now I want to also note that it needs to complement part of your core offering. So if you're offering mobile, you don't really want to offer video, because video and mobile don't really go together. If you could offer video if you're doing SEO, if you're doing PPC, you don't really want to offer a mobile website, because it really doesn't, they don't connect. So a trust trigger product is a product, small product, standalone, that you go and you get customers fast. And this is why literally in our Genius Mastermind and Sales Mastermind, we have people getting customers within 48 hours of starting and crushing it and building 6-figure businesses, and principles that we're teaching. And so also it needs to position you as an authority. So again, one of the gates. And here's the critical part. It must take at least 30 minutes of the decision maker's time and no more than 1 hour of yours. Now, if you've been in local marketing for a little bit, you probably know that you've probably done some things out there for free to help people out, and all they do is take advantage of you. Well, see, this is important. Never spend in anything you give away more than 1 hour, and always make sure it's 30 minutes or more of a decision maker's time. So here's what's also important. What you want to do is, if it's 500, 1,000, and typically the number for rep videos or review video is about $2,000. So there's $2,000 in value. So you can charge $49, you can charge $299. You can say, look, I'm going to give this for free and get referrals. You can say, look, I'm going to give you this for free. I'm looking for a testimonial or case study. So when it comes to a trust trigger product, it really doesn't matter what you do. What matters is you get the customer and you build trust with them so that you can get them into the core offering. And so what we're doing in this three-step process I'm about to reveal to you is we're using the trust trigger product and we're creating 3 separate, distinct conversations so that we build this trust, we build this authority, we build this reciprocity with them. And so also, even though you could sell a rep video for $400 or even $500, we've sold them for $700 before. The problem with that is when you go over the $299 mark, you start to close in on your core offering. Meaning, if your core offering is $750 a month and they just spent $500 with you, they're not going to want to buy from you very fast. They want to wait a month or two and kind of engage with you. But if you sell for $49 and then you have another $750 offering, well, that's perfectly fine. So I want to caution you. Do not sell rep videos over $300 if you've got a core offering that you're going to be offering afterwards, because you will have a very difficult time converting. So remember, our core offering is pretty simple. We're just going to be selling these every single month, and we want a 12-month commitment from them where we'll commit them, set it, and then forget it, and we'll have all this money come in on autopilot for us. So hopefully you've got some good aha moments of, wow, I've never really seen it explained this way, that if you get your foot in the door, don't offer your $3,000 or $4,000 package. Offer a $49, $299 package. Get them as a customer, and then upsell the customer. So let's get to the 3-step trust trigger process. And so before I get into this, I need just to give you a little bit of backdrop on presentations, because I'm really trying to cater to those that are brand new to sales. I want to just kind of give you a big hug and let you know it's going to be amazing. You're going to have so much fun doing this, because I know some people go, eek, I'm really excited about helping people, but I'm not that good in sales. And if you're really good in sales, oh my goodness, you're going to have the park with this. But here's the critical thing about presentations you have to know before you can do this trust trigger process successfully. Is presentations are really 3 parts. Step 1, all presentations reveal a problem, which is you educate. Step 2 is all presentations reveal a solution, which is what we call the strategy part of the presentation. And step 3, all presentations end by asking for a proposal or a sale at the end. So when we do a presentation, we typically say, look, we're going to educate you on the problem or the opportunity and the problem of actually, being able to get that opportunity. And then here's a strategy to take advantage of it, the problem, or to avoid the problem, or to leverage the problem and really take advantage of the opportunity. And then here's the price for us to do that for you so you don't have to do it. So step 1 is to educate. Step 2 is to simply give them the strategy, and step 3 is to sell. And what we're going to do is we're going to separate these into 2 meetings. See, most people overwhelm people by making it all one meeting. So in the 3-step trust trigger process, the first meeting, all we're going to do is educate. That's it. In meeting 2, we're going to present the strategy, and then we're going to ask for the proposal for our core offering. Okay, so very simple stuff. Typically, people present, they put it all in one time. We're just going to divide it, and it's a double step. So it's step 1, we're just going to educate. That's it. And then step 2 and 3 is the second meeting. We're going to present a strategy and ask for a proposal. And I want to go in great detail on this. So this is just an overview. So let's dive deep into the trust trigger process. So in the trust trigger process, the step 1 is to make the offer of your trust trigger product. use the exact word-for-word script. So when we're calling, don't make it up. Don't say, oh, I can do it better than David, and I've done it this way. I've done that a million times and failed a million times. You can't do that. This is a very important psychological process I'm taking you through, and I'm helping you take the client through. And so if you miss even a small part, even if you leave out a sentence or two, it could literally throw everything off. And I've had people literally about one sentence and come back to me and go, man, it's just not working that well. I said, well, let me go over it with you. We go over it, and they left out the one sentence, and then they put the sentence back in, and they start crushing it. So use the word script word for word. One of the powerful words that you could use is the word beta. So invite them to be a part of a beta. It's new. It's programmed. That's why it's so cheap. So people need a reason. If some people would go, wow, it's a great video. It's too good to be true. Well, when you invite them to a beta, then it doesn't feel too good to be true because everybody's been to a grand opening or part of a beta program where it's been for free or for a very reduced amount just to get people's feedback. And so also make sure that you're providing scarcity, authority, and it's got to be $500 in value. So on our Trust Trigger product, when you make the offer, there's scarcity, meaning it's only for a limited time. And this is why in rep videos, we do not allow your credits to go month after month after month. They expire at the end of the month. So what I'm doing is I'm creating scarcity for you so that you can go out and create scarcity for the customer, saying, look, we've got a production run that we've got to do, and we're running into deadlines by the end of the month. That's scarcity, real scarcity, because you're going to lose those credits if you do not use them. So authority, right? Authority comes so natural when it comes to review videos, because as soon as they see it, they see you as a huge authority. It's obviously more than $500 in value. So step one of the Trust Trigger process is you make the offer. Step two is you schedule what's called a setup meeting. Now, the setup meeting is about educating on the opportunity. So we educate. You take your presentation and you lop it in half. And all you do is educate. There's no selling at all. It's just educate. And we've given you, in this step two process of the Trust Trigger process, we've given you a word-for-word, step-by-step slide deck that nothing's left out. So we'll go through every single slide with you. So you can jump into step two of this process, but I just want you to see that it's called the setup meeting. And all we're doing is educating. We're gathering the resources needed to fulfill on the order. We're getting payment or the referrals right then and there, and we're asking for them to, giving them a step-by-step strategy to deliver in the meeting. So at the end of the setup meeting, here's what you want to say. Hey, we could really help you in showing you how to build a 5-star reputation. And I think there's a huge opportunity where we can show you a strategy where you can get more customers. So we're going to take on the step 3, which is going to be the delivery meeting. And our next meeting, why don't I spend a few minutes going over that with you to help you out? And they're going to say yes every single time. So when you ask for them to give, them a, I know that's kind of bad language there, ask for them to give a step-by-step strategy at the delivery meeting. So what you're doing is saying, look, I just educated you on this huge opportunity. Why don't I put a strategy together for you on our next meeting? You know, it'll take a few minutes. They're always going to say yes. And the reason they're saying yes is the setup meeting is really all about building that rapport, that trust. So typically what people do is they come in, they make their offer and say, you want to buy? Not us. We slow it down, and we have not just one meeting with them, but 2 meetings with them. So the third meeting is called a delivery meeting, and that's where you deliver your Trust Trigger product. So you deliver the finished Trust Trigger product offer. You give them a step-by-step presentation, which is the strategy, not the education. So it's much smaller, it's much lighter, and then you ask for a proposal meeting to sell your core offering. Wow, that's cool, huh? So what we're doing is we're calling them up, we're making the offer. Step 2 is we're saying, look, we need to get your logo, your colors. We need to get a image of your lobby. We need to get the correct phone number. You need to get all that stuff from you. I mean, it takes a few minutes to do that. And then in the meantime, the whole reason you're making the offer, and we'll go into this in great detail too, on the offer is you're giving it to them for such a low price because of 2 things. One is you're going to want to get you're going to want to get feedback from them. And two, you want to educate them on how to use the video correctly. So let me say that again. When you're making the offer, the reason it's so inexpensive is they cannot have the offer unless they're educated. So what it does, it bakes in your opportunity to actually educate them in the setup meeting. Meaning it's planned. It's not a surprise. It's not, oh, wait, I didn't realize you were going to give me this, 15, 20-minute presentation. We say that up front, so it's in the script. Hey, and in the next meeting, what we'll do is we'll educate you on how to best use the review video. So maybe think of it like a timeshare. If you sit in front of these people for like 20, 30 minutes, they'll give you a free vacation, right? Well, that's a little like the philosophy. Hey, we're giving you this great discount, but you're going to have to sit through an education. And they don't look at it as an education. They look at it as exciting, new, innovative stuff that no one's ever explained to them before. So they're incredibly grateful, incredibly thankful for this huge opportunity that you're giving them to create such a huge production for such a small cost. So step one, call up, make the offer. Step two, do a setup meeting. Typically runs about 45 minutes. And we typically do them in a Hangout or a GoToWebinar or a Join Me. You can also use Zoom as well. When it comes to closing ratios, there is no difference between closing someone on the internet, over in a computer, or face-to-face. It's the same closing ratio. So for me, I don't like getting in my car at all. You lose half a day every time you get in your car. So it's much better to do a Hangout with them or do a Join.me with them and do the setup meeting that way. And then schedule a delivery meeting the same exact way. So you never have to leave your home, never have to leave your office. You can do all this, make a great living if you just follow the trust trigger process. So let's go back here and let me just kind of review this from now doing review videos. So step one, really make your review video offer. Step two, do what we call pre-production call. So the setup meeting is what we call pre-production call. And then three is our delivery meeting is called the technical sign-off. So those are the words that we'll be using in the three-step process. You have a pre-production call and a technical sign-off meeting. And the pre-production call is, again, just to gather the details and information, and the technical sign-off is giving them approval that it's technically accurate. We never give them approval at all that they should do the video or they can change anything in the video. They're only reviewing the video for technical accuracy. And trust me, I've done this situation and been in this process for over a decade. And I know that you never, ever, ever give them anything but technical sign-off. So don't even think for a second that you're going to allow them to change colors or write a script or anything like that. Everything's pre-done. We've got a perfect model. We've got a perfect system that does incredibly well, converts very well. So we don't let them have any opportunity to change anything except maybe the phone number's wrong, maybe the website's wrong, maybe the logo's wrong, maybe, with all the work that we've done, maybe we messed something up somewhere. And that's what we're looking for. So the technical sign-off is only them signing off on the technical accuracy and us delivering a step-by-step presentation. So you can see the Trust Trigger product is not only just going to make you money because you're going to sell for $197 or $297, but it's also going to give you the ability to build relationship and rapport and hit these 9 gates to the customer commitment. You're going to be completely authentic with them. You're going to have huge believability, huge authority. They're going to say, is this appropriate for me? Is this a good relationship? They're going, oh my goodness, this guy's giving so much value. Are they just listening? It's going to make you sound so personable because you're going to be able to help them with their branding, their SEO, their social media, their reputation, all with one program. And can you be relied on? Is it trustworthy? And some of the strategies that we're going to teach you in being able to reference other companies that we've done review videos for, like Tesla or Tiffany. So that's huge trustability. And then, do I understand enough? Are they comfortable? And this is why the script has to be gone for word. And this is why we put it into a 3-step process, is so that when you move too fast, people start to assume their own expectations on what should and shouldn't be. But when you slow it down, build relationship, build trust, build a comfort level with them, you'll crush it. Am I making the best choice? Is this a superior product to other things? Nobody has this process. Nobody has this system but you. So you have a huge unique selling proposition against everybody else and am I paying a fair price? And this is probably the easiest value to give away. We've never seen anyone balk at paying $200 to $300 for this type of online review commercial. So again, we're going to go deep with you. We're not going to leave anything out. We're going to make sure that you don't have any questions and you are inspired and excited to go out and help businesses and make a difference, because we've developed this entire process specifically to make you successful. So we'll see you in the next training. Thanks for listening.